Perfect. And away we go. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I know I said I'd be prepared for this episode, but unfortunately not the case. Unfortunately, that's not going to be... that was not a lie. It was... We have had a COVID scare here. COVID situation. And I think I have it.
The situation is you have COVID.
The situation is, as it stands, yeah. No, I don't know. It's they're dropping like flies around me, and we're doing that kind of thing of like who's with who, how long do you spend with them, like were you in the room for them, and it's the signs are not looking good. I went into a Greek pharmacy and to much difficulty got a test done, and they said they'd email me in 15 minutes. That was about an hour ago. So, I don't know. No word yet. Still waiting on a test. We might get live on the pod. That'd be cool.
That'd be good, yeah. Breaking news.
But yeah. And I didn't watch any of the games. I don't know what's going on. But nevertheless, I have a good feeling about this episode. I've got a good feeling. Because you know why? As always, we can fix and post, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think if we just talk generally about the results more so than the events.
We're back, baby.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense. But listen, I've been on that road before. Nonsense. Talking nonsense. Why should we accept somebody talking nonsense? Like, what would you say? Just why are you talking nonsense about us? Why are you talking rubbish?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a No Nonsense podcast with Cathal and Will. You thought we'd called it?
Yeah.
So did we.
Not yet.
not just yet. Soon, I'm sure. It's with every passing episode, it feels like, oh, that might be the last one. Well, the main thing is I don't think we missed much. Well, there's many major stories that we missed last week, was there? I mean, I'll have a quick look here to the headline of some Greenwood released.
Skip that.
Zuma. Oh, fucking me.
Skip that.
Mark Overmars is sending explicit pictures.
Yeah, skip.
You know what, man? The thing about the news cycle is today's headlines.
It's evolving, yeah.
Today's papers, tomorrow's bin liners. That's what they say.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we don't need to like backtrack over past events, and you know, everyone's moved on. They don't need our take on it, you know. And besides, we have a much bigger, more important story. Well, what's the date? Will 14th of February, 2022. Not only the Day of Love, our very own Will the Love Child Byrne. Happy birthday, my friend. How are you?
Thank you, brother. Oh, good, man. What a way to start your birthday. Frantically trying to do a podcast.
Yeah. Because
we've got 40 minutes.
For those who don't know, we're up here early in the morning. 8 a.m. If you can wrap your head around that. There's an 8 a.m. now. I was laughing because I was like, you don't mind going there early, and you're like, no, I want to get up early anyways. I was thinking, he's getting a bit older, he wants to be productive and start off, but then also he's doing this podcast, so like the contradiction of like being productive and then doing this, thing.
Well, if I'm up doing this, then I'll continue to be up afterwards, so that's more important. I was wondering, I was gonna not say anything at the end of the episode. If you hadn't said it was my birthday, I was going to end the podcast.
Well, I got there just in time then, didn't I?
Phew, close call.
Phew, yeah. What's your plans in a free country to celebrate your birthday? Anything planned?
Not a thing, man. Because I've got to work and I've got college. It sucks. There's no... Because my birthday's on a Monday. What fun can you have on a Monday?
You'd be surprised. I mean, over here we got to make the best of it, you know. I mean, it's funny because like we were at the dinner there the last day, and it's 6. Well, it's changed now just last weekend, but before it was 6 to a table, and like you'd have like 7 of us say, so you have 3 at one table and 4 at another. Or like initially you'd sit one person at the end of the table, just one person who's going to care and say no, don't do that. So, right. So we do 3 and 4 and try and scooch the tables closer. The waiter comes in and physically scooches the tables apart and says, "I've told you once." I'm like, fucking hell. And then, 3 hours later, we're in a nightclub, full contact training, no holds barred, Like, I was like, what is this? Could be strangers, And then the next morning, you have to use your COVID cert to go in to get a bottle of water. Strange times here, Will. Strange times, thank you. And also, I've been called...
At least they've abandoned most of that here, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah. I mean, I've been called... That's the thing. It's like, it's there's very militant for people like running businesses. But then also, I've been called a pussy a couple of times for wearing my mask.
More than once.
More than once. I mean, I didn't call me a pussy, but like it was implied. I mean, the verbatim it was, why you wear a mask? You scared? It's like, no. I'm not scared. I'm in a shop. I mean,
yes, I'm institutionalized by fear.
And another person, she said, "Don't wear masks. No one wears. You embarrass." So like, I'm just trying to be respectful of the rules here, okay? And I don't know what they are, so it's impossible. But yeah, it's all good. Bar the powerful sense of dread that I feel right now that I'm gonna. I mean, listen, I can't go to work. I can't see the boys. I got I'm waiting for this text to come through. And I got to call Chris Coleman immediately and tell him, we got to shelve the brainstorming meeting for the morning. We
got to shelve the 20-year transfer plan meeting.
Yeah. We got to shelve Atromitos' La Masia project for this Monday. We'll start that next week. We'll start the legacy next week. But I guess there was some games closer to home for I think the majority of listeners, judged by the stats. I tell you what, Will, Newcastle, they're shoving up me, aren't they? They're fucking
too big, brother. How can you go down when Kieran Trippier is scoring every free kick he takes? You're not going to go down then. That's not what relegation teams do, bang in free kicks from 30 yards away.
The Bury Beckham, they call him. Back in 2018, that's where we first introduced his free kick taking abilities at the World Cup, and he's rediscovered his form. Was he doing this in the league every week, and we just never heard of it?
Well, they really loved him. Remember, they wouldn't sell him, so it must have been.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all knew he was a good player, and to be fair to myself, Will, I did backtrack pretty well, I felt, in the last episode when I said they have, made some good signings, and it looks like they're going to have enough to stay up. Norwich, of course, they lost to Man City as well.
Hammered.
So, but that was always going to happen, even with, Eden Mania sweeping the nation, it was never going to be enough to stop City, even without De Bruyne. Sterling just showed up with a hat-trick, why not? But yeah, Newcastle. See,
our pal Sterling, we've talked about loads his tactic of run into the box and then fall beside somebody. See, he's gotten the most penalties in the Premier League, like for one player.
Really?
It's history. Yeah, and it's entire history.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's like 24, 25 penalties, I think.
Do you know who was like next on the list, or?
No idea.
No
clue. Nah, not that deep into the stats.
No, it's just interesting to see who else would. I would say, if I had to guess, it'd have to be someone who played for a top club for a long time, basically.
Someone who played for United, probably, to be honest. They got a lot of penalties.
United or Chelsea, maybe Drogba, perhaps.
Yeah.
Not a slight on him. Just saying,
It could be Harry Kane and Sterling neck and neck.
He's got a few, right? Yeah. But no, I don't know, man. I mean, there's always kind of like a taste of like, oh, maybe there's a title race in this, but then City they're so good.
They're too good. Yeah. Did you see Pep talking about Liverpool?
No.
First he said, "Oh, we're not the best team in the world. Chelsea are the best team in the world." Because technically they are, because they won the Champions League and stuff.
Yes.
Even though they're fucking hammering them in the league.
Yeah.
And then he said that I think Liverpool out of title race, and Klopp was like, "Don't think so. I don't think there's any need to say that."
He said Liverpool out of title race.
Yeah, he said I think Liverpool out of title race. And Klopp got mad about it. It's like, you can't say that. What if we win?
Well, they 9 points off and a game in hand. I guess. I mean, look, it's doable. It's just it's not even like it's what they've lost 2 games all season or something like that.
Yeah.
I think they've drawn a bit more, but how many more games are going to lose? Like they'd have to go on a really bad run of form, and just it's the squad depth, because anybody can lose players and the whole thing falls apart. But like most teams don't have the squad that City have, and it's like, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Newcastle Villa, I was 1-0. Newcastle just continue to climb that table. They're out of relegation, aren't they, Newcastle?
Yeah,
one place out.
They're only in 17th, but I mean,
yeah,
they're winning games now. They're winning games against teams that are way up the league against them.
I
think Villa are flying.
4 points ahead of Norwich and a game in hand of Norwich in 18th. Yeah. So now look, there's a bit to go yet, but I think Newcastle will be fine. Actually, I think that's going to be a -1 for me in the absolutes, and a +1 for you. So that'll put you 1-0.
I can't imagine someone listening.
For anybody keeping track at home, if anyone want to fill in their absolute board at home on the wall, I'm sure it's all in all your kitchens.
Fill in your Excel spreadsheets at home.
Yeah, that's the score. Well, that's not the scores. The scores on the doors are 1-0 to me. That's all we know for a fact. But if I had to bet on it, and you can bet, I know you're joking, but if you were to bet, I would say Newcastle look like they're going to stay up. I don't know who else do we have then. Well, Burnley lost. They're bottom of the table. They're going down. They're actually the team that's going down.
Because they had like 5 games in hand, but it seems like all of their games in hand are against Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. Like every time they're playing, it's like, well, of course they're not going to win that game.
Yeah, they still have 3 games in hand on Norwich, but again, it's the way they're playing. Will it's the manner of the loss. No wins in the last 5, 2 losses, 3 draws. I always go back to the Tony Pulis, the great Tony Pulis, who kept Stoke up for years, and his ethos was, you can't go to draw games, you have to go to win them. At the bottom of the table, you're trying to get out of a certain spot. 1 point is no good to you. You need 3 points.
Even it's so rare to win when you're down there. Like 2 wins will send you flying up the table compared to everyone else. So draws are nothing. And
that's the thing. Like, I mean, Stoke never finished under Tony Pulis. They never finished in the top half. Like, but you play hard every single week. You fucking go and you try and win every single game, and they had the fans there, and you want to win every single game, you'll get 40 points.
Yeah.
You probably don't have the quality to go beyond that, but like, if you actually try and go and win every single game, you'll get your 40 points. And the way Burnley play, I mean, I don't know, it's just like they've always been good defensively, and then Ashley Barnes and Sam Vokes over the years, those kind of players, they'll show up with 10 goals each, and that'll be enough. But I don't know, who's your man, Vlahovic, the massive enormous monster they brought in. Yeah, Weghorst.
He got an amazing assist against United last week, and it was like, this guy's going to pull them out. He went off injured in the last game there against Liverpool.
Yeah.
So he's gone, their only player.
They had the big money signing. So I don't know, it's not looking good for Burnley. Liverpool obviously out of the rest, but they still win 1-0. I don't know, I think it's tough for Liverpool now, because it feels like they're edging closer to kind of the crunch time of, do you give up on the league and go for the Champions League?
Oh, the classic. Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear Gary Neville talking about it soon.
Well, Liverpool got more chance of winning the Champions League than the Premier League.
Yeah, I agree with you. They have got more chance.
Yeah. What they should do? They should give up. Let United win. That's the conversation that always comes about for them.
Which is weird. They're the only club who get that, I think. Every other club is like, no, you have to try and win everything, do your best. But Liverpool's like, they couldn't possibly win 2 things. Yeah. Well, I guess because, again, like I said about the squad, like you look at Chelsea's squad and City squad, and the money they pay players, and the money they spend on players versus what Liverpool do. It's like Liverpool just don't have that. And like the teams who win the Champions League, like Bayern Munich, Chelsea, I know PSG never won it, but like even the teams like Real Madrid, obviously, won 3 or 4 in a row. Like, you need that kind of financial clout to compete on 2 fronts successfully. So, and even like Real Madrid didn't win many leagues at all when they won those Champions League. Like Atletico won the leagues, Barcelona won one of the leagues. Like, so I mean, it's hard for anybody to do. So I don't know. I think the league is probably gone from
from Liverpool, but I don't know. Yeah. It's just kind of one of those things that happens every year. One of the stories
it's tough to remember. Oh, sorry. It's tough to remember how the Champions League is going as well before the knockouts. Like in this window before the two, you're kind of like, I've no idea who's doing well in it. I have no idea who's going to win it. Even though Liverpool were flying it, didn't they win every game in the group stage? But now, because there's a gap, you're like, now because there's a gap, you're like, yeah, but that was ages ago. Like,
it was, because like that's the thing. The Champions League, like it's like mini competitions. Because like things change so much from like the last time we played Champions League to now in terms of like injuries and form, even players who come in. So like, you know, it's impossible to say. Like, I have no idea how, you know, the Portuguese league is going. Yeah. I don't know what kind of form they're in. I don't know, is Pepe going well? Is he not going well? You know, I don't know. Like, you know, whoever's playing them next, or where I don't think I actually made it through the group actually. Showing my knowledge here. Mentioning
sure, it was ages ago.
yeah. I mean, Liverpool are still going well. If you believe that Sadio Mane and Mo Salah are best buds, despite what we all saw at the Ash Cup of Nations.
Did you see Mane is getting a stadium named after him?
Where?
In Senegal. They're naming their stadium after him.
The Sadio Mane Stadium?
Yeah. How cool is that?
That's savage. I've never seen it before, though. I've never seen like a player getting it, like a living player.
No. Never, ever. That's how buzzing they were to do well to win it.
Yeah. No, fair play to them. Yeah, so I don't know, man. What else we have then? We had Leicester West Ham was a cracking game, 2-2.
Leicester, I remember Brendan Rodgers was linked with United. That seems like decades ago now.
Seems like a kind of a silly rumour now, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't know where they go from here. I could see him getting quietly let go at the end of the season, you know.
Yeah, I think so. And we talked about that at the start of the season, that there will be managers, because everyone, like a lot of the big teams didn't do well last year, and a lot of the lower teams did well. So this year, when the good teams do well, the bad teams are going to slip down the table. It's going to be like, well, fuck, how did this happen? We were so good before. Like, this was when we were going to push on. But it's tough to do that when everyone else pushes on. Like, so yeah, don't know where they go from here.
Yeah, they're 11th. Obviously behind the you know, I guess the main six, and West Ham are obviously doing particularly well this year. But then I think they probably said, yeah, we should do better than Wolves, Brighton, and Southampton for sure.
Yeah.
And I think again, it's more kind of like if they look at the team and say, can he improve this team? Can he bring it any further? I don't know if he can or not. But you know, is what it is, I suppose. Like, it's a very competitive league. But West Ham are fourth now after that draw. They have a game in hand on United, and they have United have a game in hand on them, and Arsenal have 3 games in hand on them, and they're a point and 2 points ahead of them respectively. Wolves are still kind of knocking at the door, maybe 37 points. They have a couple of games in hand as well. They got a big win against Spurs. Spurs now down to 8th. I mean, I see it. I mean, start of the week, first time Antonio Conte has lost 3 league games in 12 years. Yeah,
I was thinking, like, not that he's not an unbelievable manager, but this is like I wasn't too fussed about him coming to United because he can only do so much. Like, he's not going to be allowed to fucking sell 11 players and buy 11 new ones. So it's going to be the same if he's at Spurs or United. Like, I think he's another person who I could see in the summer not be let go, but him maybe be like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Yeah, he could do, but I think probably for his own benefit, he probably needs to give it the old college try. You know, you need to actually, like, he came in like halfway through the season, or about that, no, just before half maybe.
About 10 games in, 20 games.
You know, if he gives it, you know, the summer, and he gets a few people in, and they play a certain style of play, and I think he can't just walk away now. It's like, what was he expected? Like, he knew he was signing up for it. Like, he knew where they were. He knew what the team was. He's like,
but
what?
Don't forget, he really didn't want to sign up for it. He was actively like, please, Man United, hire me. And they were like, nah, not interested, pal. You're going to be too angry at us.
It's if someone else came in and offered him a job, I suppose. That's the real way I see him going. But he's not just going to leave, I don't think. He's not just going to like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. In fact, I never did. It'd just be bad luck. Bad for him. Bad for business. Oh, hang on. Is that protest?
Breaking news.
Supermax. Never mind.
Typical.
Remind me to unsubscribe from Supermax. They're no good to me over here.
They're texting you like, please come back. It's your business.
We also had what else we have, Will?
We had Man United drawn with Southampton in a fucking stinker.
Oh, cool. Let's talk about that.
So 2 games in a row where United have drawn. First against Burnley, then Southampton. Both games where they were good in the first half and then just fell to shit in the second half. It's fucking tough to watch them at the moment, to be honest. They are no crack to watch. They can't score. They have so many players that score goals and none of them are able to score goals anymore. Ronaldo's on the biggest drought of his career, I think. I'm really sure I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, has he been the worst signing of the year, Will? Ronaldo?
I don't know. We'll see. If they get knocked out immediately of the Champions League, then yeah, the group stage thing was for nothing. But I mean, if they get further in the Champions League just off the back of him, then you can't say that, I think.
Yeah.
That is a big deal, like, to drag a team through the Champions League, I think, especially a team that shouldn't probably still be there.
Yeah. Because I did see a few people snapping over. I think Ragnick, the matter-of-fact Ragnick was like...
Yeah.
I think he said, like, eerily similar things to when Wenger said 4 places a trophy kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, don't say that, man. That's
Yeah, they really don't like that.
Well, we see how that went for the last person who said that, and it's been a while since they were anyway relevant in the major competitions. So, I don't know. He's gone off the end.
I saw Rangnick saying he was asked, like, do you need to sign a new striker? Because obviously Ronaldo's old, Cavani's leaving. But he was so matter of fact, the usual. He was like, yes, of course. He said something like, I think everyone with eyes at clubs sees that. Meaning that, like, they're old, like, we have to replace them. But Ronaldo heard that and went, oh, really? I'm not good enough, is it?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, if you say that all the people who score goals aren't scoring goals, I guess that's... but yeah, of course, we need more goals, but... Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. What else then? Was there any kind of other news stories in the...
We're circling the drain.
This is fucking one of the worst episodes we've ever done.
All we need is something.
Experts say potential long-term effects from COVID-19 include so-called brain fog.
They are bottle merchants, this lot. Let's make no mistake about it.
Where's your mask, sheep? Where's your fucking mask?
I'm not wearing it. Brain fog.
And it's a criminal act against the fans. Simple as that.
About it, so I was like, okay, now I definitely have to do it.
They're imposters. They're bottle merchants.
Believe it or not, I agree with everything Gary said, which is quite unusual.
There isn't a football fan in this country that won't be seething and shouldn't be seething listening to this conversation.
Sometimes patients are trying to manage these symptoms on their own, and it makes them anxious or depressed that they can't function as quickly as they used to.
Joke.
The key is to stay positive. Brain fog.
One story from last week that, you know what, maybe it is okay to talk about, because there's a documentary coming out, the Wayne Rooney documentary. Wayne Rooney has a documentary coming out, and as they do with these things, they give little snippets of the documentary to entice you in. Usually it's kind of like, like if anyone saw the Michael Jordan one, Last Dance, like, it was really entertaining, but like in hindsight we look back and it was like you'd swear he never lost a game of his life, kind of almost. Like, it was like, or anytime he did, it was because he was injured, or because he wasn't interested, or because there's something else going on.
Because someone else let him down.
Yeah, it's all very kind of state TV, very kind of like polished, and there's nothing that I did wrong. But this one does seem a bit different. It seems like he's like letting it all hang loose, I suppose. And whatever, like, the struggles, but like he kind of incriminates himself in a way, which maybe not the best thing to say about at the moment. But whatever. The point is, we have some of the quotes here. This is about 2006. So Chelsea had won the league 2 years in a row. Under Mourinho.
He was sick of it.
Yeah, under new money, like he'd only joined in 2003, was it?
Yeah, I think so, around then.
So he joined United, the team he'd watched for the previous 15 years, winning everything. He joins them, and then Chelsea immediately, we're on top now. And of course he's a competitor and everything else. So this week says, in an interview to promote his new documentary, Rooney revealed that he wanted to try and hurt somebody when Man United played rivals Chelsea nearly 16 years ago. Rooney explained that he had decided to wear longer metal studs and suggested that Chelsea captain John Terry left the stadium with an injury that day as a result. We knew if Chelsea won, they had won the league that day, said Rooney, who recently gave another candid interview with which he told me on Sunday about his relationship with alcohol and God. Until my last game for Derby, I always wore the old plastic studs with the metal tip. For that game, I changed them to big, long metal ones, the maximum length you could have, because I wanted to try and hurt somebody, try and injure somebody. I knew they were going to win that game. You could feel they were a better team, and that at that time, so I changed my studs. The studs were illegal, but thinking if there was a challenge there, I knew I'd want to go for it properly. Basically, I did actually. John Terry left stadium on crutches. I left a hole in his foot, and then I signed my shirt to him after the game. And a few weeks later, I sent it to him and asked for my stud back. If you look back when they were celebrating, JT's guy's crutches from that tackle. So whatever, like heat of the moment, but like to send the jersey to him afterwards, say, "Give my stud back." Yeah, premeditated, and then afterwards, like rub his face in afterwards. So I mean.
Did you see the video of it? It's nasty. He goes, it's like 2 minutes into the game, I think. Yeah. Terry gets the ball, passes away, and Rooney comes flying in with his fucking 5 foot long studs or whatever.
The maximum legal length, I'll have you know.
He probably was struggling to play in them because they're so awkward compared to what he's used to. He's like, worth it.
Well,
we're not going to win this game anyway.
It wasn't worth, because that is when he did his metatarsal for the 2006 World Cup. In that same game, he twisted because of his fucking massive studs. He stood in the ground.
Yeah, because he was on stilts.
And more quotes that came out of it were that when he got injured for the World Cup in 2006, he didn't tell anybody.
Wow.
He just played. So you think like, Rooney never, performed at World Cups. Because remember, he was so good in 2004. 2006, he just like was seemed like, the pressure's too much for him. All these kind of like spoofers and body language coaches about. He did his knee in the Cathal. There was one last game of the season, and twisted his leg. I didn't tell anybody because he's like, nah, fuck this. I'm just gonna play to the pain, and he just wasn't as good. Yeah. So I mean,
and then on top of that, there were more quotes came out from him. Basically, he is saying that throughout his entire time at Man United, he had a massive secret drinking problem. And he was getting full on his own every day he was free to deal with like the pressure of it. And he said no one knew. Again, another thing was just like, I just kind of did it myself, didn't tell anyone. That is insane. Yeah. He was such a like top level player for so long.
Like he would time the days, like if you say, okay, we have 2 days off here between this day and when I have to train again, or like, and he would drink solidly on his own for those 2 days. Which is pretty fucking metal, actually.
To be top scorer for club and country and also have a drinking problem, and you're also playing through injuries. Imagine if he was just like a Ronaldo type who's just like laser focused and no, I won't do that, it's just football. He would have scored 1 billion goals.
Yeah, I mean that's the talent that these top players have. It's kind of unfathomable, really, because like if you've ever done something like pleasing, like a trick or whatever, or like a good touch, you feel like, I'm cool. Like it's an amazing feeling to do something like anyways good. Like the talent these people have. Like there's a clip there. I don't know if it's recent or not, but it's of Jermaine Defoe talking about Gareth Bale on TalkSport. Do you see that?
I don't think so.
We'll play the clip.
What a guy. He never used to train though.
Really?
On a Friday, he'll come out, right? And then literally he'll do the warm-up. I'll be like, how you feeling, guys? Hamstring. So what do you mean? Jay, I'm going to do the rondos and I'm going to do the warm-up and that. But we used to do young v old, under AVB, young v old. Literally, he'd just be on the side. He was laid down on the side and watch it. And I'd be like, what's wrong with this guy? Then we'd go in. He'd be on the massage bed for 2 hours. He would get a massage and he would get like just releases, like all the trigger points and all that sort of stuff. I'd say to the lads, like, what's wrong with him? And then the next day, in the morning, how you feeling, guys? He'll go out and he's like a machine. Like literally, he's like a machine. He used to get it and just knock it past people and just run. Remember, he used to try and keep up with him and just get in the box and that. But he's a nice guy as well. Loved his golf. Really good in the change rooms with the lads. Just nice, humble family man, but never used to train.
I wonder, is that why like Ronaldo and Messi are such a level above? Are they just like those players who are that good without needing to practice and like take it serious, but then they also take it super serious and have no fun or anything like? So
I think so, man.
Just the difference.
Like Ronaldo famously has no fun.
Yeah.
You know, Messi also, everyone says, oh yeah, big family man. Like he just enjoys chilling at home, you know, in his probably cryogenic chamber with his kids, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know he fucking messaged Jamie Carragher calling him a donkey. That means he's at home watching more football, which lots of players have said they don't do. They don't watch any games because they're fucking surrounded by it. Like, so.
I remember Schneider said that years ago, to much derision actually. He was like, yeah, I could be Messi Ronaldo, but, you know, I actually get pussy. So, you know, whatever.
You know, maybe he was right now.
Maybe he was right. I'll tell you, man, the talent these people have, like, you know, he's like, yeah, they're just more committed than me, but, like, I was talented as him. Which, listen, it's part of the fucking... This could be a good podcast if we weren't so lazy and careless. But we are. So, I mean, what's the difference, you know?
Yeah,
like saying, oh, we could be good, but you're not. So... Like to say that, oh, well, they just try harder. It's like, yeah, that's part of it. That's like half it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a major part.
It's not like,
and also, like we're talking about Rooney not taking it serious.
Yeah,
he was also like playing through injury. Like the things he was doing was to. He wasn't like, I'm going to go partying because I'm not bothered with football. It was like, I have to party because I'm so stressed about how seriously I take football.
Hey, listen, I've had a few of those parties where you drink in your own dark room. All right? It's not so much fun as you might think. But I think I'd rather be spending time with my beautiful wife and children in my cryogenic chamber. That sounds like more fun than drinking with the curtains closed and the lights off. Because I've done that. Yeah, I suppose the only other thing we have... I gotta go. We have the bandwagon wheel, of course. Yeah. And, you know... We love the fans here. We love the fans.
We do.
And we encourage you to get in touch. And they did, Will.
Yeah, one of them did, yeah.
We got a voice message here from a listener named Hugh Fraser. Let's just play the clip, Will, shall we?
Yep.
A no-nonsense football podcast. I'm just sitting here with a Greek man. Your name is? Nikos, and I was asking him, did he know anything about Seamus Coleman, and he said he hadn't a clue. Asked him about Atromitos, and he said, what did he say about Atromitos? It's a pretty shitty team in Greece. Get a mirror. So Cathal, I think you need to step your game up.
Well, there you go, folks. That seems pretty... What can I say? What can I say to that? You know, not much I can say, because we do our talking on the pitch. And you know what I do that message, Will? I played that in the dressing room. I went in the dressing room, I played that in the dressing room for the boys.
You got someone to translate for everyone.
No, they speak English over here, man. They got it. They got it.
Good.
They got the message, believe me.
Yeah.
And the look on their faces, because I'll tell you what, Will, they did not know I had a podcast.
Chris Coleman did, they did not.
No, Chris Coleman didn't know either, actually. No one told him. I assumed he knew, and I was talking about the podcast all the time. He always had that kind of a weird look. When I played the clip, he was he was confused and angry. That was the main thing. I wanted to be angry.
Yeah, was he asking, were you trying to sign Shamey Coleman instead of me?
Well, yeah, I did have to explain that he meant Chris. It's like he doesn't know who you are, Chris. You're unknown, Chris Coleman. You know, of course, everyone knows who Seamus Coleman is.
Riling them up, getting them all hyped up.
Yeah, and what happened, Will? Atromitos 3, Lamia 1, Koulibaly with the brace, probably goal of the season contender for sure. You know, so we're back on track. We lost the next game after that, but The thing is, we won 3-1 on the back of that. So thank you, Hugh. Thank you for the haters out there. And fucking Mikos, whatever that dude's name is. Shitty team from Athens? Maybe, but we won a game.
Possibly, yeah. Not for, on that day, not so shitty.
Yeah. So that's
we are rapidly approaching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 games left in the regular season.
Yeah,
it's loser playoff time, baby.
Well, this is the best time to get a win. The best time to get us going. I still haven't got the result for the COVID, man. I don't know what I want to do. I have to catch the ferry to Athens. It's a 6-hour ferry. I gotta go. Yeah. I mean, look, we gotta wrap up there, folks, because I gotta fucking go down to this pharmacy and bust heads. But yeah, we'll see you again. We will see you next week. And onward and upwards from here. Another brilliant episode of The Bag. I can feel it. Right, well, I actually do have to go, though. I've got to work. So I'll talk to you later, bud.
Talk to you after, G.
Which has been your favourite goal for United and why?
That's him we won against Newcastle near the end of last season.
Options here for Van Nistelrooy. One of them is Wayne Rooney.
Please forgive me if I act a little strange.
He's done it again.
For I know not what I do.
It's Rooney. It's inevitable.
Feels like lightning running through my veins. Every time I look at you, every time I look at you.
Rooney's in here is Wayne Rooney to take it first time. It's brilliantly taken.
Help me out here, all my words are falling short. And there's so much I want to say.
Rooney starts from that, he could be here. This is Rooney, fetches and marks.
Rooney's got round the goalkeeper. Just how good it feels when you look at
Here he is again on the ball now. Is he going to have a go? He is, and he scored. Wayne Rooney.
Throw a stone and watch the rivers flow. Moving out across the bay.
Rooney.
Like a stone I fall.
Is this the moment for Wayne Rooney?
Deep into that mystery.
Leverson's ball. Surely this time Rooney.
I got half a mind to scream out loud.
Wayne Rooney.
I got half a mind to die. So I won't ever have to lose you good. Won't ever have to say goodbye. I won't ever have to lie. Won't ever have to say goodbye.
Comes to Rooney. At last. He wants it. Now he's got it. Wayne Rooney up against Matt Jackson. Wayne Rooney for his second. Oh, it's a wonderful finish.
Hi Wayne, what do you like doing in your spare time?
Mostly relax and watch the TV, and now and again I go for a game of snooker and just try and relax as much as possible really and keep myself right for the games.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense. But listen, I've been on that road before. Nonsense. Why should we accept somebody talking nonsense? Like, what would you say? Just why are you talking nonsense about us? Why are you talking rubbish?